What's up, guys? Today we got this Craftsman mower in the shop. Not really sure what is wrong with it. Picked it up for 20 bucks today. Decided to do that because this is a big wheel mower. As you can see, the wheels in the back are much bigger than the ones in the front, and these ones resell a lot better than just one with the four wheels that are the same size. So it's a 6.5 horsepower. Haven't really dove into it at all. Made sure it had some compression, and that's about it. So let's go ahead and try to give it a start. So you got a primer bulb right here.
What is that?
This hasn't been started in quite a few years, the people said. So let's see what's going to happen. Kind of sluggish. Pour some fuel in a spark plug hole right there, and we'll see if we can get it to fire off at all. Alright guys, I got the spark plug tester on here, and we are trying to start this. Just trying to check to see if it's got any spark. Does it have spark? So it shows that we got some spark, but this is extremely hard to pull, and I even put on a different spark plug trying to help it out a little bit. So it's very hard to pull, which almost makes me think that something's keeping it back from fully rotating. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the exhaust right now to see if there's anything blocking it. So we got the exhaust off, and we're going to go ahead and just try it again, see if there's any change. And if there's no change, we'll dive into it a little bit deeper. Oh well, it'd help if I had the spark plug plugged in. Let's try it again. Nope, nada. So we just took off the air cleaner cover, and this is the air cleaner that we're dealing with. So obviously this will get changed out, and we're going to go ahead and try it again real quick. So I added a little bit of more fuel into the carburetor hole just to see if we can get it to fire over. Cranked it twice and it sounded promising, so let's do it a third time. Oh, well, it sounded promising. Let's add a little bit more fuel into it. Probably flooding out the spark plug now. That is a good sign. That means that it's going to end up running. Now what we'll do is take off this top cover, and we'll start diving more into the actual carburetor so we can get fuel to it, because pushing the primer bulb is not doing anything for getting fuel to the actual engine. So I'm going to pinch off the fuel filter, or the fuel line, because we're going to go work on the carburetor, and the line is already cracked. So we have a replacement line ready, but we need to figure out how to get it off without it leaking fuel all the way over, or all over the place. And this one's already hard as well, so this is nice and soft. So I'm going to try to take it off of there, see if it leaks or not, and hopefully it won't. So normally if you took this carburetor and we took it off the side over here, normally if you tip it over, fuel runs out of everywhere, but it's not getting fuel into the system for anything. I mean, it's not getting fuel in there at all. So we got our 1/2-inch wrench, and we're going to try to break it free just so that we can see what's going on inside. The float might be stuck. I mean, there's tons of things that could be. It could just be completely gummed up. Smell test real quick. Woo! That really stinks. So let's break this open. Maybe. Oh, that's not coming off right now. Oh yeah, that looks fantastic. That is really horrible fuel. Smells good, doesn't it?
It smells awful. It's like...
Alright. Let me see here. Let me get another something that we can pour that into. So you guys can see how nasty this is. I thought that was a dime. Alright, so let's wipe this out. Alright, let's pour this in here. So there's some contaminants in that bowl right there. And this was a silver, and you guys can see it's like nasty, thick yellow. That's the bottom of the carburetor right now. And there's a bunch of debris in there. Look at that. The float looks nasty. The needle is stuck. Well, now it's not. But that's what was causing it not to have any fuel. Because that thing was stuck and gummed up with that. When the fuel gets so old, it turns into a varnish and becomes hardened. So we're gonna go ahead and stick all this stuff into the carb cleaner and let it sit for a little while. And we're about to be putting the carburetor into the little basket here. Just wanted to show you guys one last look at that, how nasty that is. Pretty much everything is froze up on this thing. It's been more than just a year since this has been ran. Everything is broken off. All the gaskets are hard as a rock, breaking off. So this entire thing is going to be going into the carburetor. We got new rebuild kit. There's one last look at the float bowl. There's the float. We'll put this into the cleaner and let that sit for a while. And then we always want to do a float test to see if this is any good or not. And just push that down in there. So the float is still good. It's not taking on any kind of fluid or anything like that. So we're in good shape for that. Alright guys, so I just pulled the carburetor out of the cleaner, and it's amazing at how clean this thing is. That's both sides. This side was the dirty side, and this is the really amazing part. Look how clean that is. There's like nothing inside there. It almost looks like this is a completely different carburetor, but I swear it is the exact same one that we were working on before. So this sat for almost 24 hours, probably about 18-20 hours, and I mean it's brand new pretty much. So I'm gonna get this put together. One thing that we do need to do is install a new seat on the carburetor, and that is this little red piece right there. That'll be going in here, and we're gonna use that same needle because there's nothing wrong with it. So I went ahead and installed the carburetor. There's no leaking out of here, so that means that any fuel running through here and going down into the float isn't overfilling, so that's good. And I also have this new little gasket right here that we're going to be putting on. We got to put on the air cleaner box, and then we'll try to give it a start. Alright guys, we got the mower back in the shop now. It ran for about 30 minutes and ran pretty good. The main issues that this mower had when it came in the shop is that it hadn't been ran in probably almost 5 years, they said, and the carburetor was really nasty and the air filter was really bad. I don't know if I showed you guys the air filter, but there it is. Look at all the junk. So we put on new air filter. Carburetor's been completely gone through. We did an oil change on this, and I'm thinking about sharpening the blades, but I'm just trying to build an inventory right now on some mowers before the springtime hits. And so we got to get this thing cleaned up. It's pretty dirty, but it should clean up just fine. It has a lot of just regular debris on it from mowing, but when you get some soap and water onto it, and I mean, look at that, that's gonna clean up just fine, and we'll blow out the underside, get all the grass off of there, and this will be a pretty nice looking mower. So thanks guys for joining me today on repairing this mower, getting it up and running again. Nothing really needed. $20 put into it, plus the air filter, fuel line, and some of the parts for the carburetor. So probably got less than $30 into it. And this will probably be able to be resold anywhere between $50 and $80. The big wheels usually sell more, but I usually try to sell mine a little bit on the lower end of the price range so that they kind of move quicker. Usually when I post things online, they're gone in 2 or 3 days. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys found some useful info in here. If you guys did, hit that thumbs up button. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you guys on the next video.